Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about NBA news and rumors when talking about September 24th. Everything we know so far for you to stay updated. For today's video, I got a lot of things to cover, from NBA trades to COVID-19 protocols. The NBA is about to start, and we're hearing so much things about the upcoming season. Quickly, before I get into it, I just want to give a quick shout out to a Patreon member, Rob Griffin. Thank you so much for being a part of the Patreon page. Rob was a part of Patreon for over a year now. Thank you, Rob, so much for your continuous support. I promise you I'm going to keep making videos and do my best to make you proud. If you guys ever want a shout out, go check out my Patreon page. There are many perks there if you want to support the channel, of course. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about NBA news and rumors. The first thing that I want to talk about today is focus on the Los Angeles Lakers, and we heard in yesterday's news that they're going to be making a bunch of moves. In my video yesterday about the news and rumors, Rob Pelinka came out and said a bunch of different things when talking about the future. One of the biggest and most important things that Rob said was going into training camp, they're gonna sign one more player to fill out their 14th roster spot. And then when talking about their 15th final roster spot, they might actually keep it open going into the regular season to, target players via the buyout market, or of course have a spot available for a trade. After hearing that, we're wondering, who are the Lakers targeting with the final roster spots? There are so many rumors out there, but after today, we're getting an idea of who they want. This is the big report. Lakers worked out veteran wing James Ennis for roster spot. Jovan Buha tweets this: free agent James Ennis worked out for the Lakers this week. As Lakers Vice President of Basketball Operations and GM Rob Pelinka said on Thursday, the team is looking to fill its 14th roster spot by training camp next Tuesday. With NBA training camp starting very soon, the Lakers are going to be aggressive to sign their 14th final player. And from what it looks like, if they just worked out James Ennis, it looks like he's going to be their main target. If you're unfamiliar with James Ennis, I'll give you a brief description of what he brings to the table. He's a shooting guard small forward player that simply shot plus 40% from 3 last year for the Orlando Magic. The Lakers are focusing on him as a 3-and-D bench player that can come off the bench, but also bring a little bit of a youth factor, because most of the Lakers forwards are over 35. With James Ennis right now being in his prime, getting him on a veteran's minimum makes sense. And ever since the Lakers lost Marc Gasol, got DeAndre Jordan and Rajon Rondo, James Ennis has been their most popular target, and from what we're hearing, it's going to be very likely it does happen. Sticking with the topic of the Lakers, I got some good news for Alex Caruso fans and Laker fans that wanted a reunion. Apparently, the Lakers also wanted to bring Caruso back. This is the report. The team themselves have never addressed those reports, but during his customary preseason media availability, Rob Pelinka did push back on the sentiment of them nonetheless, disputing the premise of a question whether keeping Tyler Horton-Tucker or Caruso was an either-or decision for the team. Rob Pelinka says this: we made an aggressive attempt to reset Alex Caruso, and we made an aggressive attempt to keep Talon. That's the thing with UFA, is that you can be in the mix, but players control the ultimate choice. So the Lakers want to bring back Caruso, but Caruso chose the Bulls, I do believe, because of the salary. The Bulls are paying him a lot more. Caruso, good for you. You've done well for the Lakers, and you've already won an NBA championship. Next up, we're going to be talking about the current NBA Finals MVP of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and we've gotten some news about his knee. Apparently, he says he's still hurting, but he'll be okay. He says this: it wasn't a miracle. If you work hard, you don't drink, don't smoke, you work hard for 8 to 9 years. I shouldn't have played in game 1 of the NBA Finals. I was in a lot of pain. I'm still hurting, but I'll be okay. So Giannis fans out there, we're hoping for the best for Giannis, that next year he's going to come back stronger than ever and still be one of the best players in the NBA. Speaking about best players in the NBA, we got some news that Giannis has his opinion on who is the best player in the world. Giannis says LeBron is the best. I'm not the best player in the world, I'm telling you. I'm not. KD, LeBron, Kawhi, Luka, Curry, AD might be. I am not. I'm still hunting the all-time greats. LeBron is still the best player in the world. The biggest conversation right now is who is the best. ESPN just dropped the list of their top players, and Kevin Durant's number 1, Giannis number 2, LeBron is number 3. But Giannis here is being very vocal, saying LeBron is the best. And you guys know me, I'm a big LeBron fan. And even though LeBron is turning 37 this year, I still believe myself that LeBron is the best in the NBA. That's just me, and Giannis is saying the exact same thing. Next up, we're going to be talking about Ben Simmons. The topic of Ben Simmons being traded has to be one of the biggest topics in the NBA right now. He is going to be wearing a new jersey very soon. Even though Philly fans have hope he will come back for the start of the season, I do believe he's not going to end this season in the Sixers jersey. This is the report. Rival teams believe Sixers reconciliation with Ben Simmons in an attempt to gain trade leverage. Skeptical teams observing the Sixers believe that the interest in reconciling with Simmons stems more from their hope to recoup a bit more trade leverage than the amount they currently possess, rather than a genuine attempt to mend their relationship. So what they're basically saying is that the reason why they want Ben to come back is simply because they want to get a better trade package. They don't want to trade Ben because they have to. They want to trade Ben because he's back, he's healthy, everything is perfect, and then they trade Ben. Because usually when you do trade and everything is okay, everything is normal, you do get the best value. But with Ben right now saying he does not want to be on the Sixers, he's being very aggressive, NBA teams know Philly might have to take a little pay cut. And of course, the Sixers does not want to do that, but teams that are trading for Ben is starting to feel that atmosphere. The question now is, where will Ben Simmons get traded and what is the most likely scenario? Next up, we're going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors, and this is going to be about their newly added star of Goran Dragic. This is the report. Raptors are confident there will be more trade possibilities for Goran Dragic. The Raptors are both intent on being as competitive as they can this season and confident that more appealing trade possibilities involving Dragic will materialize after the season begins. As of right now, there are rumors that Goran Dragic might get bought out. There are rumors he might get traded to the Dallas Mavericks, but the Raptors are going to be patient. Masai is going to be patient and see how this season goes, see how Goran acts, and of course, when he plays his best game, trade him at the best available package and value. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors, and they just made a move. They just signed Avery Bradley to a one-year deal. I believe this was a great move for the Warriors. The Warriors have been working up multiple guards to fill out their backup point guard and combo guards position, and Avery Bradley is a big-time signing. I do believe Avery Bradley is a great contributor to a championship squad, and with the Warriors this year going for a championship, getting him on a veteran's minimum, bang for your buck. Another player the Warriors brought in Langston Galloway. Shams tweeted this today. Langston Galloway brings in a floor spacing off the bench presence. He's known to be a plus 40% three-point shooter. And with Klay Thompson expected to miss a little bit at the beginning of the season, Langston comes in as a shooting guard that can space the floor and simply bring in a low-end value at the three-point shooting. Great move for the Warriors. They targeted Avery Bradley and Langston Galloway. To quickly talk about Isaiah Thomas, we heard last week that apparently the Warriors have been working out IT. But we got some news that the Warriors are not going to be focusing their future with IT, which is why they signed Avery Bradley and Langston Galloway. This is the report. After a strong week of workouts with the Warriors, I'm told Isaiah Thomas left town without a deal commitment, and the belief is he will seek out a more clear opportunity to make a team elsewhere as the Warriors prioritize wing and front court depth. So IT did have a couple good workouts. I do believe an IT return to the NBA is very possible, but the question is, who is going to sign IT? The Warriors did not want him. Now, who is going to give him a chance? Shifting over, we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls, and in yesterday's news, we heard that they've extended Patrick Williams and Kobe White, two young players that have a lot of potential. But we got some crazy news today that apparently Patrick Williams just got injured. The report says Patrick Williams is going to be out a month. He suffered a severe left ankle sprain in practice. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. This is not good for his development, but of course, we're going to hope Patrick Williams gets better, heals better, and comes back and develops with DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and of course, Zach LaVine. Next up, we're going to be talking about Kristaps Porzingis, KP, one of the more popular NBA frontcourt players that could be traded this season. The report says Kristaps Porzingis wanted to be traded at the end of last season. When the Dallas Mavericks lost in the first round in Game 7, KP wanted to be traded, but I got some good news. This report is not saying he still wants to be traded. This report is basically saying he does not want to be traded at all and still wants to see how his new team looks under Jason Kidd. So Dallas Mavericks fans expect one more year of Luka and KP to see how well they roll. And if it doesn't work well by mid-season, expect a KP trade. Next up, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving, and when it comes to his COVID vaccine shot, Kyrie Irving right now has yet to receive COVID vaccine shot, and from what we're hearing, he might be missing multiple home games, which is not good for Brooklyn Nets fans. This is the report. 2 days after Sean Marks told the media he's confident that his team will meet league and city standards on COVID vaccinations by opening night, Yerin of Fox Sports reports that Irving has yet to receive a vaccine shot, citing multiple league sources. Both the Nets and a spokeswoman for Irving declined to comment on the record. So this isn't the best news for Brooklyn Nets fans. You definitely want one of your superstars to be active, and with the NBA becoming more strict on vaccinations, I'm not sure what Irving's gonna do. Is he gonna end up taking it? Is he gonna miss home games? We're gonna find out very soon. Shams ended up tweeting this though after this report, saying that 90% of NBA players are fully vaccinated, so we are going to see most of our favorite players on the court. But of course, we do want to see Kyrie, we want to see more of our favorite players, and if anything, all players be active. Sticking to the topic of COVID, Andrew Wiggins has to be on your mind. Andrew Wiggins right now is in the same position as Kyrie Irving. They are not vaccinated, and that is going to be a problem when coming to the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins is only restricted to individual workouts, which means right now, Wiggins is not practicing with the team, which could be a problem if the Warriors are going for a full-time NBA championship run. Wiggins has been in the Bay Area this month, but is restricted to individual sessions at Chase Center. Under current SF protocols, if he isn't fully vaccinated over the next 20 days, those workouts will end. Wiggins, what is your plan? Right now we're hearing apparently Stephen A. Smith says the Warriors should trade Wiggins because he's not going with the NBA rules. I'm going to focus more on this, and maybe soon I'm going to make an Andrew Wiggins trade video. And the last report for today is talking about Kawhi Leonard, and when talking about his future on coming back this season, Lawrence Frank on Kawhi. No one knows if Kawhi is going to come back. This is a big problem for the Clippers. If the Clippers are going to go full throttle for another NBA championship run, they're going to need Kawhi. If I'm going to give you my opinion, I do believe load management is going to be a big factor. I'm going to expect Kawhi to come back very, very slowly, maybe during the ending of this season or mid-season, but of course have a very light workload. But as of right now, there's no confirmation and no one knows. So Clipper fans, keep this in mind. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about NBA news and rumors as of September 24th. What's most important to me is want to know your thoughts. Did I miss anything, or was I spot on today's reports? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!